And this is something I've lived in my own marriage. I remember reaching a point where I realized I couldn't keep running on fumes. I was showing up for everyone except myself. And I didn't even know how to ask for space without guilt.
Hi there, Soulful Mama. Welcome to the Soul Care Mom podcast. I'm Catherine Wild of SoulCareMom.com. I'm a mom of 3 amazing kids, a soul care mom coach, and a yoga and meditation teacher. I've helped hundreds of women, and I'm here to help you feel calm and find your unshakable confidence as a mom. If you're ready to stop living in survival mode and you're ready to drop the mom guilt and overwhelm, this podcast is for you. Think of this as a lunch date with a girlfriend. Grab a cup of tea and get cozy. It's time to get honest and vulnerable and shift the traditional mindset around motherhood. Be sure to subscribe to be the first to know when new episodes are released. Get ready to grow and feel empowered as a mom. I'm here for you, Mama. Let's get started.
Hi, love. Welcome back to the Soul Care Mom podcast. Today's episode comes from a real, vulnerable moment shared inside the Soul Care Mom village, where one beautiful mama said, "I've been craving alone time so badly, it felt desperate. I finally went for a 20-minute walk by myself and everything shifted. But then I started thinking, what about my partner? He's struggling too. But I don't even think he knows what self-care is." Her words stuck with me because so many of us are holding that same question. What do we do when we're the only one in the family, in our circles, doing the work of healing, the work of slowing down, the work of tending to our nervous systems? So wherever you are, maybe you're on a walk, maybe you're doing the dishes, maybe you're sitting in the car before pickup. Let's take a deep breath together. Let's breathe into this space and let's dive in. There's a kind of invisible labor that happens when we are the ones who, quote unquote, see it first, the ones who realize we're burned out, we're overstimulated, we're tired of running on empty. We're craving something more, something softer, truer, more aligned. And then we look over at our partner and they're still pushing, still hustling, still stuck in survival mode. Maybe even resentful when we pause and take time for ourselves. And it can feel lonely. And it can even feel unfair. Maybe you're asking yourself, how do I keep choosing myself without making them feel like I'm leaving them behind? And you're not wrong or alone in feeling this. It's not selfish. It's not dramatic. It's awareness. And awareness is the first step toward healing, honestly, a whole lineage. So let's name this softly but clearly. When we begin our healing journey, it's really tempting to want to bring our partner along immediately. We want to share the podcasts that we love, the books that have changed us, the journal prompts that cracked us open in the best ways. We see what's possible, and we want that for them too. But sometimes underneath that desire is this subtle pattern of, if I can get them to understand this, maybe I won't feel so alone. Or it could even be this feeling like you need to do things for everyone else, or feeling like that kind of mothering instinct of fixing that can cross so many boundaries, that can keep the other from being able to navigate their own path. And trust me, I've been there. And this is a very tender truth. But I want to share an even deeper truth with you. Because if you're feeling this weight, this burden of having to fix or change the other, this is what I want you to hear with so much love. Your partner's growth is not your job, love. Oh, I hope that feels like a weight lifted, because the truth is, their self awareness, their willingness to shift, their capacity to receive support, that is their soul's journey. And we can't do that for them. But the beautiful news is, you can model, you can embody, but we are not their healers. We cannot go on this journey for them. And when we try to carry that burden for them, we lose our own progress. Our nervous system begins to overfunction. We exhaust ourselves trying to create a transformation that they haven't asked for. And that exhaustion, it doesn't serve us or them.
Okay, love, let's take a little break and hear from a soul care mom.
My biggest struggle before working with Catherine was my insecurity about starting my own business after a past failure. Before working with her, I felt like I lacked the confidence and ability to be an entrepreneur. I would describe my mentoring experience as positive and enlightening. A powerful transformation I've had during our time together was that I do feel more confident and able to keep my dreams as a firm goal in mind rather than a wish. After working with Catherine, I feel empowered. This program has helped me see myself in a different light as a businesswoman instead of a failure, and that strength helps me show up as a stronger person in general and for my kids. I recommend working with Catherine because she's patient and kind and helps you shift your mindset in a compassionate way.
Oh, I just love hearing from soul care moms. Do you have an insight, an aha, a transformation that you've had from being in the soul care mom world? Be sure to reach out to me. Email me, message me in the Soul Care Mom Village or on social media at Soul Care Mom, and let me know how being in the Soul Care Mom world has helped you to be the mom you want to be, to show up in the way that you want to show up and live your best life. I can't wait to hear from you.
So let's pause here and talk about something really important. There's a difference between modeling and managing. Modeling says, this is what I'm choosing for myself. You're welcome to join me, but I'll be doing it either way. Or managing says, if I stop holding it all together, everything will fall apart. So I'll sacrifice myself to keep it running. Oh, does that sound familiar? You might be able to place that in multiple places in your life, especially in motherhood. Here's a gentle reframe that we can play with and lean into. Every time you choose to care for yourself, even quietly, you give permission, not just to your partner, but to your children, to your community, to your future self, to do the same for themselves, to show up for themselves, to care for themselves. And they get to see what that looks like. You don't need to force them to understand self-care. Simply let them witness what it looks like to live it. So many of us don't have examples in our lives of what that actually looks like. We have lists of things, right, that say, oh, maybe paint your toenails, go to the gym, have a cup of tea, do some yoga, meditate, paint, knit, read, and the list can go on and on. But self-care goes a level deeper. The activities are incredible, and when you choose to follow your own inner guidance, you'll find the things that light you up, and that's where the magic happens.
Do you feel overwhelmed and anxious? Do you wish you could stop losing your temper with your kids and just have more fun as a mom? Do you crave finding more time to do the things you love without feeling guilty? I get it, Mama. I've been there. That's why I created the Vibrant Mom Life membership. Imagine what life would look like if you could finally get out of survival mode, consistently find time for yourself, and be the calm, present mom you've always wanted to be. This membership will help you step out of anxiety and overwhelm and help you find time for yourself without the guilt. Inside Vibrant Mom Life, you'll find monthly themes that will help you shift your mindset, get out of survival mode, and find time for the things you love, all while being the mom you want to be. Plus, you'll find guided meditations and yoga practices that will help you effortlessly infuse your days with self-care. And I know that some days are harder than others, so you'll even find a library of short and sweet guided affirmations so you can simply press play and reconnect with your inner calm in just minutes. Join Vibrant Mom Life today by going to soulcaremom.com/membership so you can stop running on empty and truly enjoy mom life. I can't wait to welcome you inside, Mama.
Because your self-care doesn't need to look like anyone else's, and their self-care doesn't need to look like yours. But what happens over time as you follow this inner guidance, as you do the things that light you up, you show up differently. And your energy, your vibration in your relationship will be felt in a deep way. And the people in your life will start to notice. They'll start to, even if they can't pinpoint what it is, they're going to say, there's something different here. I love being around this person. I want to know more about what she's doing. It creates a ripple. So allow them to witness what it looks like to live it. And this is something I've lived in my own marriage. I remember reaching a point where I realized I couldn't keep running on fumes. I was showing up for everyone except myself. And I didn't even know how to ask for space without guilt. I started so small, with little deep breaths, with remembering to drink water, with taking time to make myself a cup of tea. And I moved towards just waking up a tiny bit earlier to stretch, to journal, to breathe. It wasn't perfect. It was as consistent as I could make it, but it was mine, and I committed to it, not as something I needed to do for anyone else, not as a performance, not to convince anyone, but because I desperately needed it. And I didn't say much about it, but as I did this, as I understood how much this filled my cup, I stayed consistent. And slowly, I noticed something shift in my husband too. He started taking more time for himself too, and making sure he took the time to do the things that he loves. And he'd notice, if I hadn't taken time for myself, he would gently encourage me to. Not because I asked him to, but because he noticed the shift that it created in me. because I had modeled it. It doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. So, what if you're doing the work and your partner isn't? What if you've grown so much and they feel stuck? This is a hard place and it deserves softness, not shame. Sometimes we change and we expect others to change at our pace, but healing isn't synchronized. It's very unique and personal and individual. And sometimes it's not that they don't care, it's that they've never seen a model for self-care that wasn't laced with guilt or sacrifice. They don't know what it looks like to honor themselves because no one ever taught them how. So here's what you can do. Allow yourself to speak with curiosity and gentleness instead of critique. So maybe something like, I've noticed I feel better when I pause midday. What helps you reset when you're feeling stressed? And using I language can be really helpful and powerful. Helps the other person to not feel triggered when we're sharing from our experience versus telling them what to do. So maybe something like, I'm feeling overstimulated and I'm going to take 15 minutes alone to breathe. I'll be back soon. And then release the timeline. Their awakening may look different, and that's okay. This is where your feminine energy becomes a quiet superpower. You don't have to coach your partner. You don't need to download your inner work onto them. You don't have to mother them. Instead, you invite. You invite by being, by resting when you need to, by taking your walk in the sunshine, by speaking your truth without apology, by living your values, not just talking about them, but embodying them. This isn't passivity, this is sovereignty. You're creating space where your partner can come towards you, not feeling pushed or wronged. And one thing that's really supported our marriage is allowing both of us to have sacred time. And that doesn't always look the same. In our house, my husband knows that at the end of the day, if I'm slipping away for a hot bath or some quiet time, that's my soul care time. It's not luxury, it's nourishing necessity. And he honors that. And I honor his time too. He loves playing ice hockey. It's the way that he reconnects with his body, his energy, his aliveness. So even if it's late night or it requires rearranging things a bit, I support that space for him because we both know when we care for ourselves, we show up better for each other and for our children. It is not perfect and it's not 50-50 all the time, but there's this beautiful mutual respect and mutual space. And that started by each of us seeing and supporting the other's way of recharging.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask a quick favor. This is an independent podcast, so I would love your help. Please share this podcast with your friends. Post about it on social media. Tell your girlfriends over lunch. Share about it with the moms at the park or at your next PTA meeting or homeschool co-op meetup. And please take a moment to subscribe and to leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening. It will help more moms find and benefit from this work, and it will make my heart so happy.
If this feels heavy, if you feel like you're the only one doing the emotional work of wellness in your home, know that you're not alone. You are a cycle breaker It takes courage to do this work, to model it authentically. But know that you also don't have to carry it all alone. This is why having your own support system, a village, a circle, a sacred space to do this work is essential. You are not meant to pour out endlessly with no one pouring into you. So let yourself be held too. And if you are craving that deeper support, that space to be witnessed and nourished in your motherhood journey, I invite you to join us inside Vibrant Mom Life. It's where we go beyond the surface together. You can explore it and join us at soulcaremom.com/vibrant. I would absolutely be honored to welcome you in there. So love, let's exhale together one more time. You are not selfish for choosing rest. You are not wrong for evolving at a different rate than your partner. You are not failing if your rhythms don't match up yet. You are becoming. You are reclaiming your body, your breath, your worth. And you're doing it with tenderness. Let this be your reminder. You don't need anyone's permission to care for yourself. And the more you root into your truth, the more your presence becomes the invitation. You are enough, and you are deeply, deeply worthy of the care you so freely give to others. Thank you for being here with me today. If this episode spoke to your heart, I would love to hear from you. You can share your reflections inside the Soul Care Mom Village by going to soulcaremom.com/village, or leave a review on your favorite podcast app so other mothers can find this gentle and nourishing space. Until next time, keep tending to your soul, keep choosing softness, and never forget you are not alone. I am sending you so, so much love.
Hi, love. This is just a reminder that Soul Care Mom offers information that's shared with love and intended for educational and inspirational purposes only. You should not rely on this information as a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have any concerns or questions about your health, you should always consult with a trusted healthcare provider. Thank you for being here, and know that I am sending you so much love. Thanks for joining me, Mama. I'm over here smiling from ear to ear and giving you a big virtual hug. I love spending this time with you. You are amazing for showing up and carving out this space to nourish your soul. If you are loving the Soul Care Mom podcast, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And if you are ready to start your mornings feeling calm and energized, get the Kickstart Your Calm Morning Guide, a self-care morning ritual for moms, as a free gift when you join the Soul Care Mom community. Head over to soulcaremom.com/kickstart and enter your email address to get your free gift and start feeling like a calm mom today. Sending you so much love, Mama.